Welcome to Mommy's Black Book Podcast, the ultimate me time where we spill the tea.
From motherhood to sexcapades and everything in between, grab the wine,
Because it's girl talk time. We're your hosts. I'm Lexi, Lynn.
And I'm Miss Baby May.
Here we go. Hello.
Hi.
Miss May. Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, everybody.
How are we doing?
We are doing well. We
Good.
are doing very well. How are you doing?
Good. A little tipsy today, but doing well.
Get it.
We have some special guests today. Lovely people. We have the wonderful Jay.
What's up?
And we have the infamous Joe.
Hello.
And we have our bong.
And my penis cup.
Oh, yes! It's pink.
You the
And
penis water bottle?
My
extremely
penis water bottle. Yes.
large.
And in charge.
You need to shake your water bottle.
Ooh. We're ridiculous. I love it. Okay. So, how has everyone's week been? How are the guys doing today?
It's Sunday.
Yeah.
It is Sunday.
We had a really eventful and fun weekend. His sister came up to visit us. Yeah. And they got catching up. They had some catching up to do, so they had a long night. He's sleepy today.
Aww. Yeah. What about you, Joe? How you doing?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Lovely day at the brewery.
Well, you know, kitchen slaves, pardon the blinds. We're smoking pot, so we got them open today.
I hope it rains tonight.
Oh
For
my
all that
God.
smoke that's been around.
We need the rain. We need the rain.
Mhm.
It's hardcore nasty.
It's been too dry this summer, man. Too dry.
So, how has life been? Mom life? This is the Mommy's Black Book Podcast. How has mom life been?
Mom life has been great. Kids are driving me nuts because they are still technically in quarantine. Like, their quarantine never ended. They haven't gone back to school in so long, so they're just cabin fever.
Are
You
they
know?
going back to real school this year?
Yes, as far as I know, the kids are still good to go back to school, regular schedule.
Daddy, can you get up and close those blinds over there, please? Oh, maybe Miss May has it. Never mind. You didn't have to get up
Gotcha.
after all. Yeah, I'm super excited for the school year to
Oh,
start. And so is our daughter.
Yeah.
She's got a backpack picked out.
Aww.
She's got everything picked out up here in our little nook of the woods. We start school in September.
Hmm.
So, you know, that's awesome. Yeah.
I know my boys are super pumped. My 8-year-old, well, he'll be 8 on the 5th, so like right as school is starting. It's his birthday, right? So this will be his he's going into 2nd grade. He went to kindergarten at this school for half a year, and then he got kicked out. And then 1st grade was all online. So
Wait, he got kicked out because of COVID?
yeah.
Oh,
the school
okay.
got
I
shut
was
down,
like,
so they
wait,
kicked all
how
the
do you
kids
get
out.
kicked out of kindergarten?
No.
Like expulsion at kindergarten? What are you talking about?
He was
He's awful. I'm just kidding. He's wonderful.
he was macking,
Mac and Mars.
smacking the bitches.
Yep.
They
That's
kicked him
my
out.
boy.
Oh my goodness.
So
yes.
yeah, so he
Oh,
hasn't had a full
it's a
regular
scattery podcast episode.
whatever.
They
He hasn't
all
had
are.
a full year of school yet, so he's super excited to see what it's like.
Oh, because, oh my, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's gotta be weird to like,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that because mine was born, my youngest was born during COVID. I got pregnant shortly before COVID like became a huge deal. And the other one was in 1st grade. So, but she was also held back because she went from the special education department into general education when we moved up from California. Because when she transitioned from preschool to kindergarten, she was borderline. And I felt like she was being held back as a result because they could only go as fast as the
Right.
slowest player.
Right.
And I'm like, well, she was borderline gen ed, and they kept her in special ed, and now she's not making any progress. So I did the transition and put her in the gen ed with special ed support.
Okay.
And so she did kindergarten twice because she was halfway through kindergarten when we moved up, and so she should have been in second grade. So she had that age there, and she had that. She's been in the school system because she was special needs originally. She's been in the school system since she was 2. So has years of, preschool and kindergarten and all that shit before COVID hit, and they went into part-time schooling and online shit. So I didn't even think about the weirdness that it would be for a kindergartner, first grader type deal to experience their first year of full real school at first, second grade level.
Yeah, he's super
it's gotta be
excited.
interesting.
He's a little nervous though.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, Mom, I'm a little nervous about it. I don't really know what to
The
think.
cute little one that really didn't interact. Okay, so I can't keep track of your kiddos. You'll have to tell me later.
Yeah.
I'm like,
My
Now, all I know is
biological
that they're
the
all
middle
boys.
one. Yeah.
So, I assumed your biological was the one running around going, Mama!
Yep. That's that's the one.
Yeah.
Mama. Mama. What?
Oh my goodness. Too funny.
Legitimately, that moment when Stewie Griffin's just like, Mama.
Literally
Mama.
my son.
Mama.
Literally my son.
Mama.
Oh my god.
All
Mom. Mama.
day
Mommy. Mother.
long.
Mom. That's my kid. That's my boy. Love him to death.
Oh my goodness. Too funny. What's it like being a step-parent for you over there, Joe?
It's normal of being just a normal parent and everything. However, there's a huge positive is that any sort of behavior that I don't like, I can blame on you and your ex-husband, and I have no problem. I'm like,
Yes.
man, you and Trevor fucked up, didn't you? This
Never mind that half of her life has been you.
doesn't matter. Not
It's
my DNA.
I will
the
tell
DNA,
you,
right?
it doesn't
It's the
matter.
DNA.
It doesn't matter because my son, his qualities, I swear to God, he doesn't know who his father
Well, you
is.
have to start. Yeah, he's never met him.
He's never met his
Yeah.
father.
This
He
is
doesn't know who
true.
he is.
We've talked
But
about
I
that
swear to
before.
God, some of the things he does, I'm like, oh my God, that's literally just your father. That was so bizarre.
I can tell when he triggers you like that too.
Yeah.
'Cause you'll be super patient with him and sweet, but he'll pull something like hella petty, like stories
Yeah.
you told me of your ex, and you'll just immediately be like, "Get up in your room, I'm gonna smack you in the face."
Trigger.
Oh my god. You know what? I can relate.
Son?
You never been what?
It's a wrestling move.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, so freaking, I can totally relate to that though, because okay, Lorelai's dad was only mildly present, and then he moved to the next town over due to various circumstances when she was around 3, right? So, not a whole lot of memorable time
Right.
there. But yeah, she has moments where I'm like, excuse you?
Who are you?
I was like, you are like 97% me, but that 3% right there.
That's him. There it is.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah.
I feel ya.
It's
No,
crazy.
Definitely, because my boys will do stuff that their mom did.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives me flashbacks of dealing with her and our relationship.
Oh my
Dang.
goodness. I have to say though, those moments have become fewer and fewer, and she's become more and more and more my sass. And because she's 9 now and she's right on that cusp, she's pre-teening and all that other shit. Oh my god, she's getting sassy as fuck.
I can see
And
it.
I'm just like, I want to scream at you, but at the same time, that's like 100% me,
You learned it from me. I can't be mad. I can't even be mad.
right?
The other day I went to go wake her up and I opened up her door and I go, hey, it's time to start waking up. And and I leave her door open because I'm like, you're going to get up.
Right.
So I leave her door open,
think I
and I turn around and I take one step, and she goes, can you close my door till it's just a crack? And I turned around and I looked at her, I was like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
I remember hearing this. I was still in bed.
What's going on out there?
And she was like, nothing, I'm getting up. I'm like, yeah.
That's what I thought.
You know
Dude,
what?
the
Okay.
attitudes they
So
have.
when I was 10, 11, so not much older than she is now, my mother married her second husband, and he would come in, and mind you, there was 4 of us. It was me, my youngest biological sister, and then the 2 stepsisters that were in between us. We all shared a room, so there was 2 bunk beds in there, and I had one of the top bunks right next to the fucking light, right? So this motherfucker, and I was a responsible enough child that when my alarm went off, I knew I had to get up and get ready for school, or I was going to get my ass whooped for making my mom late, you know? So he would get up at some like ungodly time before everybody else in the house and start doing his shit. And then he'd come in and he'd be like, oh, I need to get the kids up for school. And he'd flick the light on. He'd put his arm in there and he'd flick the light on, and like right in my face at like fucking 5:30 in the morning.
Damn, my
And
alarm's
I'm
gonna go off
like,
in 2
yo,
hours.
no, we had to be out the door by, like 7:30, but I'm like, I still have 30 minutes to sleep, yo. My alarm goes off at 6, and I will get up when it goes off because I know I gotta get up and get in the shower and get the hot water before the other 7 people in the house, okay?
I know how to handle it.
So I would straight up scream at him and start throwing shit at him from off of my bed until the point that he stopped waking us up in the morning. He learned. I was like, I am going to physically, maybe, okay, so he says that I'm aggressive in the mornings. I'm always just like, we're past the nice boy hour. So I'm always like, yo, I want you to wake me up playing with my pussy, or come over and like wake me up slapping me in the face with your cock, and he's like, no.
You'll bite it off.
Exactly, that's what he said. He's like, you are scary. And maybe that's why. Maybe it's always been that way.
Oh, she's terrifying in the morning, and I tried being nice and like, you want me to make you breakfast? And it's just like, yeah, no, totally. And then so I'll go and like I'll just whip something up real quick. Or unfortunately for her, her whipping something up for her is like, I got you some toast with some peanut butter on it.
And a coffee.
Yeah, but so...
And even the toast, if it's not the right one, it's going to make me shit my brains out.
So, for instance, the other day, she goes, I want to be at the gym by 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to wake you up at 6:30. And she's like, yeah, no matter what I tell you, wake me up at 6:30.
Okay.
Mind you, I used to be up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym.
Yeah, but that doesn't even fucking matter anymore because the anger
doesn't.
that I was met with when I went to go wake her up at 6:30, she fucking, she's like, what the fuck do you want? And I was like,
what do you mean?
You asked me to wake you up so you can go to the gym. And she's like, yeah, at 8. I was like, yeah, be at the gym by 8, right? And she's like, yeah, so wake me up at 7. I'm like, no. It takes you 30 minutes to just fucking stare in the mirror and be like, oh, fuck, I'm still here.
I didn't die in the night. What?
You know,
most people have that thought at like 60 plus, maybe 80.
But yeah, so she'll
not
fucking argue with me. And then I'm like, okay, fine. I'll let you sleep until 7. I'll go wake her up at 7. Just cunt. Just throwing at it. She's like,
Cunt.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, have you tried waking her up with your dick?
Yeah, and
How does it work?
Anger.
Anger.
Hey,
Mind you, I have no memory.
Don't fucking touch me, piece of shit.
Yeah.
How are my
Very nice.
mornings?
I don't know. It's really, depending on the morning, it's really weird to navigate, actually. Like, sometimes you're like, why are you fucking me? And sometimes you're like, I am sleeping. And then later you'd be like, yeah, you should try fucking me in the mornings more.
That's what I tell him.
And then he does. He does fuck me in the mornings.
I
Mornings
tell
he's
him,
not.
wake me up playing with my pussy, and he's like, I'm scared.
You're gonna eat me.
Oh no,
Yeah.
so there's been times where I'm like, okay, fine.
I had an old
You
boss
gotta
who
play
asked
with
me
your
if I
pussy,
saw
and
that
then
movie
I
with the
remember-
pussy with teeth.
No, so I remember one time I went to go wake her up that way, play with her pussy, and I got to her thigh, and she fucking like behind like an old lady hitting kids in the back of the seat. Like, it cracks me. So I've been sweating all fucking night, and I was like, I'm gonna go jerk off in the bathroom and play on the computer.
No.
Yeah. See, I mean,
No, she's mean in the morning, man.
I don't
Yeah,
have any
that's-
memory of any of it.
That's pretty mean. May, when she doesn't want it in the morning, it's just cold. She'll just be like, I'll be cuddling and stuff, and then it'll be obvious what I want. So she'll just rip the blankets and roll over. Yeah. Okay.
I want it most of the time. But the times that I don't, I make it known.
Apparently, I never want it in
No.
the morning, even
No,
though
so
I
what
claim
blows me
to.
away is that I'll try and get freaky with her in the morning and shit like that, and then she'll fucking like hit me or whatever, and it's like, I don't know, what the fuck? And then so I'm like, fine, whatever, and then not 20 minutes later when I actually go wake her up, she's like, why didn't you play with me this morning? I was like, you psycho bitch. Like, what
No, that's like, you know, that's when you're like, you know what? Now I'm mad.
Yeah, I was like, no.
This fucking, I did.
I was like, my masturbation session was now in vain.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasted it on my hand. Thank you.
You see, don't go masturbate when I wake up angry. Give it the 20
No,
minutes.
because-
Reapproach.
No, fuck that. You don't deserve it. I was disrespected.
You know what? I'm gonna bite your dick off later. No, I've
phone
never.
call.
Oh my god,
Baby,
your
baby
mom,
girl.
your mom.
We got like
Okay,
a box
wait,
over here.
no, okay, wait, no, listen. Your mom told me that I don't remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about you being sassy and me being sassy and something about, your mom goes, well, you could always chop his dick off in the middle of the night, but then, you know, you wouldn't get any more dick. And I go, oh, no, mama, I like it too much. And she was like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
And I was like, you fucking went there. I was like, I'd never chop off your son's cock, mama.
Alright.
Good to know.
I feel bad for my mom when she talks to her if she's had a few shots.
Oh, you never know what you're gonna get.
You don't.
You never know.
You don't.
Poor
I
lady.
saw a meme that said,
lady.
do you remember what happened after that sixth shot last
Fucking
night?
talk.
And then it goes ... No one does. And all I could think was, that's not true. I remember all the time.
She's like, I remember taking the 6th shot, and that's about
And
it.
then that's
No. I remember taking the 6th shot, raping you,
Oh, no.
and then falling asleep nicely, or attempting to, and choking on a cock and vomiting a little.
Joe's like, no,
Oh,
you
yeah.
played that out in your head. That never happened.
No, that's happened.
Oh.
It has. It's happened once or twice.
I've puked
It's not a
a
common
couple
occurrence.
times.
Yeah, but okay. So here's the thing, though.
But that's
it was
like 8
it was
shots
like
in.
hot. I don't call that puking because it wasn't like disgusting puke. Like if you bile puked on my dick, I'd be like, we're done.
Oh, yeah, no. We're talking like a baby bird spit up.
Yeah, like fucking a bunch of like.
And then you control
like,
it, and you're
all
like,
of your
oh, fuck
spit.
no.
Yeah, it's just saliva for days. Yeah, that's hot. I want you to throw up on my dick.
Yeah,
You're
no.
like, oh wow, look at that.
You gotta get
Oh
like,
my
my
goodness.
dick and you gotta get the dick and the balls in there. You know. at least try your best.
Oh my goodness.
A for
It took forever to get his balls in my mouth because I couldn't get him to shave them for the longest time. I was like, no, listen, I'm not asking you to straight razor, like, just buzz them down so that they're not like,
just make them nice furry.
yeah, and
It's
I
an
will
interesting
fucking
thing.
suck your balls all day.
I had the idea when I was younger to shave my balls. For that very reason, I was like, I bet you'll get like my balls sucked more. So it was interesting though, because like there's nowhere to like, I'm older, so there was no like I'm gonna look up how to shave my balls on Google. Like you just have to figure this shit out.
Trial and
Yeah,
error.
no.
Trial and error.
So
I feel ya.
these little cheap pink fucking
Bic
dollar store
razors.
Bic razors. I'm like Batmaning this shit like stretch.
I did that to myself in high school. I shaved myself straight fucking all the way down.
Yeah.
Baby
bald
style.
there.
Did you
And
shave
then-
all the way bald when you first started puberty and all that?
No, actually, I didn't. The first time I like shaved, I think I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, continue. Sorry, I had
Oh no, you're
Oh, yeah, no.
Batmaning it out, stretching your balls.
Batmaning it out. So it was funny though because like most of the time you're like, oh no, like shaving my vagina's not like you didn't want me to shave your vagina, but then like you shaved my balls and you're like, oh that's pretty hard too.
It's worse, yeah. Have you ever shaved her?
No.
I won't let him.
No. Have you shaved him?
I won't let her.
No.
No.
Yeah, I will say I've nicked my balls before when I'm shaving, and
Oh,
it
nick
is
my balls,
one
I'll
of the
nick my
it
dick.
feels like you're getting electrocuted. Have you ever touched like a cow fence or something?
I've straight up mind you, I was a child, but it's a very vivid memory of putting a paperclip into an electrical outlet.
That's
And-
what cutting
okay.
your nutsack is like with a blade.
Oh, all right, good comparison.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we have people. Don't try this at home, guys.
Disclaimers,
Do
please
not
don't.
try this at
Well,
home.
I mean, shave your
neither.
balls. Just don't.
Yes, shave your balls.
Well,
Don't
you
cut
don't
yourself.
have to, but women will gargle them a lot longer in your mouth if they're
Yeah, it's
totally
True.
smooth.
It's true.
If they are baby ass smooth, we will fucking like
We will
I-
swallow
shove 'em
that
all
Yeah,
shit.
I like the gargle.
But
so.
you
And
know,
then this is the part of the podcast where you slide in that sweet Manscaped lawnmower 4.0 fucking promotion.
yeah.
So
Well,
maybe
we don't
you get
have
some sponsorship
sponsorships.
points.
Yeah, Manscaped, we do like your razors. I use it on the reg, so if you want to sponsor us, yo, Mommy's Black Book.
Gatorade.
Speaking of smooth balls.
So,
Yeah.
I use it on my pussy too. It's not just for men.
There you go.
Yeah.
We've been looking for some good razors.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
really?
it's a
You
good
should
one.
check out the lawnmower from Manscaped.
They have some
Oh, yeah, no,
super.
it's-
What's their tagline?
I don't know. Don't cut your ball sack. I don't fucking know.
Now we gotta know.
But it's
Google that
good.
shit.
Anyway, so yeah. Gargling ball
balls.
sacks.
I love it. I'm about it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's good
honestly. And it's
You know what I've noticed though?
hmm.
In the copious amounts of men that I've been with,
Oh my god,
I-
I was thinking the same exact thing.
more men than not have told me to stop doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it blows
don't
my mind
like
because
it?
I
like
don't like
the
it.
right tools for the job.
Yes.
okay,
So-
I like it. Yeah.
But
It
yeah.
blows my mind because I'm all about it. Like, no, yeah, jack my dick off while you gargle on my balls. That's what I'm like. That's the best feeling thing in the
feels
world,
good.
right? And then like I'll be filming her with another person, and she'll like do the thing, and it's like, oh shit, this is hot, and they're like,
No,
too
stop,
much,
stop,
too much.
stop.
I'm like,
Mm-mm.
what?
What do you mean?
He
sounds
thinks I
disappointing
focus
to me.
too
I'm
much
like,
on the head
no.
sometimes.
No.
Well, that's where
Because
all the
it
nerve
gets
endings
super
are,
sensitive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
he's
yeah,
like
but
too
much.
sensitive. But you know,
Because you
it
just sit there and
happens.
focus on it nonstop, and I'm like,
It's
I have
not
a
that I
lot more
focus
dick
on
than
it
just the head.
nonstop.
The
Like,
frenulum.
But
That's part.
that's where I'm massaged with my tongue the most.
See, I have
you
a
know?
tongue
The
ring,
performance
so like
benefit.
I like
Yes.
to play with it with my tongue ring, and he like loves it.
Yeah, I've never had my tongue pierced, so I don't know.
That's a shame.
I think you're the only person that I've played with who has a tongue ring.
Mm.
But
You say
yeah,
friends. Yeah, no, they're a great company.
What do you think? Do tongue rings make a difference for blowjobs?
Only when you are thinking about using it. So like
Okay.
not really, but when you're like focusing it on like the back of my dickhead, that shit's like on another level.
Okay.
But like if you're just sucking my dick and you're not trying to use it, no, I don't notice a difference at all. It's just
Okay.
like getting a blowjob.
So do you think I should try out one of those like vibrating tongue rings?
No.
I feel like those are too big for any logical
I'm-
use anyway.
I've never even seen a vibrating tongue ring.
I've seen them. They're pretty interesting.
They're like comically big. They're
But like a novelty.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Like that
oh, look what I
3 foot
have.
tall
Oh, do you use it?
dildo I
No,
found.
not really.
Jay, did she show you the 3 foot tall dildo I found?
No.
It
3
is-
foot tall.
I will
Why?
show you it after.
I didn't even think you showed me a 3 foot tall
I
dildo.
Did I
Unless you
did?
wanted to turn it
Okay.
to a table.
I either want to turn it into a table, or we have a friend that had the idea of turning it into a lamp that
Brilliant.
shoots cum. Because I was like, I want it in my sex dungeon master
a lava
bedroom.
lamp.
Exactly. Yes. So we have
Just put a
the
lava lamp on
you
it
know
and then
$800 table on my fucking wish list
it
of
shoots hot cum.
dream fucking shit that I'm either going to, depending on, you know, how complex it ends up being, I want to turn it into a table piece with like a glass tabletop so you can still see the dildo underneath, or a lamp.
So I have a
Lamp.
question about this crazy thing. Is that how do you bring that into a family Christmas dinner?
You just have to put it
You-
somewhere really like.
You bring the family
inconspicuous.
over, everybody comes in.
No, you do what
Wow,
you do with
Kim.
everything you don't want your family to see
That's
at
a
Christmas dinner, and you
crazy-
cover it in a white sheet.
So it looks like a fucking dead person in the
Like,
corner.
What's under
here.
here?
So
Nothing.
you know, I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna like
god,
move all this
we
shit.
had
So we're
that
just gonna
same thing
put a
happen
blanket
with a
over it.
grow
Well,
box
see,
that
there
showed
you
up
go.
at our
Maybe
house, a
Monica
marijuana
Lewinsky
grow
should've
box
had a
that
white
was
house.
like
Really?
the size of a fucking couch.
Jesus.
Like the width and everything of a couch, but like my height.
Damn.
Yeah, it was huge.
I just love the
My
idea of
detective
having,
father's
like, a
asking all sorts of
whole,
What's
questions.
this for?
What's this giant box that you could store 12 bodies in? 'Cause it was just
That's exactly what it's for, Dad. It's
Yeah.
bodies.
we,
Dead with
you
the
didn't
storage.
know that we ordered the coffin for my ex-husband? What are you talking about, Dad?
Yeah.
You didn't know? Psh.
There's a good deal
We're
of caskets.
just
May
getting
as well buy
prepared.
it now.
We were in Costco. You leave. They've got them lined up. We ordered mine. We ordered his. We wanted to be prepared.
We got them just in case. You never know.
Yeah, see, me personally, I just like the idea of having, you know, like the backdrop was a National Lampoon style, like Christmas dinner. And then everybody comes in unexpectedly because you didn't realize that they were coming over on the 8th, not the 9th. And then they all come in and they're like, oh, lovely lava lamp.
Yeah, it's vintage.
Fucking crazy, right? Holy shit.
I mean, you know, families will believe a lot of shit. My mom always believed my fucking bong was not a bong, so.
I
It's
wanted
a vase, Mom.
to tell my mom that I
Fucking
was
flowers in
studying chemistry.
Remember that
With
King
my
of the
mom.
Hill episode
I
where
was like,
Bobby
it's a
was growing
beaker.
roses
Yeah,
in
it's
his
a
closet?
beaker.
I'm
This
doing
is
chemistry. What
sponsored
you
by
talking
the
about?
Bong Shop.
Got it from school.
So, how's everybody's week? As
My
far
week
as any
was-
adventures? Any?
No, pretty uneventful. We took naked pics at the Arts and Crafts Festival down on the wharf, so that was
Yeah.
fun. Those are cute.
Some pictures.
Like fully naked?
Well, almost. I was wearing a dress with no panties.
Oh.
Bra. Did that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the middle of the day during the festival.
Yeah, so you guys don't understand the significance. The Arts and Crafts Festival is poppin'. It's like we live in a little seaside town, so like
Yeah.
that's their
There's people
annual
everywhere.
thing. It's like huge.
We haven't had another one in this town since COVID, so
Yeah.
I didn't know
Our
that
little
was
town
happening.
is finally like doing things again. Thank God.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
I
for
love
now.
the
You all-
festivals.
it's like you all can just walk down there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That
well,
is-
we were trying to pick someone up, but it didn't. Nothing. We couldn't find anybody. We've been for a couple of.
Yeah.
We've been trying
let's
for a couple
talk
of
about
weeks to
this.
just randomly, just because we're trying to randomly just pick up a stranger, but it's just not
Oh,
as easy
I
as you
love
think.
the
But
idea of picking up a stranger.
We've noticed, and maybe you guys can chime in, and maybe you've noticed it too.
Are women hotter now?
We have noticed everywhere we go, now it's like all women are so hot.
Okay.
yeah.
So hot.
So, like, I
So,
remember in
it's
the
like a new
90s, it'd be
thing.
like, hot chicks would be like rare. You'd be like at Walmart, you're like, you guys fucking see that
See
girl?
that hottie on aisle 12? Yeah.
Well,
Now it's like
okay.
you go in town, it's like, holy shit, we saw
I'm
12.
not gonna disagree
It's
with
to the
you.
point-
For
It's like almost. I mean, and I've noticed this building up for the past few years and everything, and then also with the whole social media trend of like all the Instagram hoes and everything like that
Yeah.
and stuff. Like a woman being hot is no longer like, oh, did you see that? You're just like, haha, you got the TikTok leggings.
yeah, so okay.
I feel like women
What?
are getting more beautiful.
Oh no, they
Like-
are.
Yeah, like even in the face.
Crazy.
But see, the
Oh,
question
yeah,
that
yeah.
I have is how much of it is women are getting more beautiful, and how much of it is women are
More confident.
more confident. They're embracing their personalities and themselves more, which everyone has always acknowledged confidence is more sexy.
Exactly.
Oh
So
Yeah.
there's women are more confident. There's big is beautiful. That's become a thing. Bigger
yeah.
is
Oh, yeah.
bigger is
Own
not,
your shits.
like shameful anymore. But there's also the fitness craze that started a few years back. So you have the fitness craze that has hit where it's no longer we want to be thin, we want to be healthy.
We want to be
We
strong.
we want to be strong. There's the embrace what you've been given, because not all of us are genetically dispositioned to be that body type,
Yeah.
that everybody claims that is super sexy. So, like the big is being embraced, the strong is being embraced, everybody's being embraced more. So there's that.
Everybody's
But
feeling
then-
more accepted, so they're gonna be themselves more, and that's
We've
beautiful.
Also upped our makeup game too.
That's
How
true.
much of
but-
it is
I saw
makeup?
But
tutorials.
fair, also, more women have been going all natural.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
true.
true.
It's kind of a 50-50
Yeah.
split. Like, even myself.
I mean, a part of
I'll
it,
go
I feel
all
like a
dolled
part
up,
of it
but I'll
is
also
like
do
our
bare-faced.
natural evolution, though, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
people, like we all have the capability of seeking out, because of like the internet especially,
Oh,
more
yeah.
beautiful partners. Like whatever you picture is more beautiful. So
Yeah.
like natural selection's easier to do. You're not stuck in a small town and you're like, well, Joe's the only single dude, so
Yeah.
We have more options.
So like, especially in big cities when you don't know anyone, like you find someone online that's cute and like matches you, and
Yeah.
then so like you're able to select easier.
Your
so to
desirable
speak.
traits.
So like the
Yeah.
traits that people, I guess statistically, would go for more are also being easier,
More easily accessible.
Readily available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where like
Also-
in certain towns back in the day it was like inbreeding was a problem or
Excuse me.
whatever.
Well, also, as times change and everything, what everybody perceives changes a lot more too, and everything like
Yeah.
that. And then also, what's being broadcasted changes and everything
That
like.
goes along with
half-
embracing everybody and like the bigger is beautiful and that kind
Oh
of thing.
yeah, like.
That's changed so much.
Empowerment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like, honestly, some of the trends that you see come out nowadays is crazy. Like, Lizzo happened, and everyone's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, Lizzo!" And then,
Lizzo.
but let's not forget Adele. When Adele first
That's
happened,
fair.
she was plus size, and then she lost weight, and people were like, "Fuck you, Adele! You
Aretha
lost weight."
Franklin.
It's like, wait,
She was a
what?
big, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, there's Aretha Franklin and stuff like that, but I mean, she didn't have controversy like those.
That's
two.
fair.
Yeah.
I don't
Lizzo
know.
having her bare ass cheeks out in the Lakers game. Jesus
Do
Christ.
it. I
Yeah.
admire her confidence.
Jesus
Oh my God,
Christ.
seriously.
Absolutely.
Her music video where I don't remember the song title, but about the thick girls, and she's dancing in her lingerie outside the burger joint.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you shake that
Get
freaking
that
thick
cheeseburger.
ass and freaking yes. Oh my god, it's fantastic. So yeah. Anyway,
Confidence is sexy.
trying to pick someone up, strangers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's always been our thing. We live on a small island though, so like
Yeah.
we're not city folk, but that's the
Yeah.
one, like, I would never want to live in a large population.
I agree. I'm with you
I've
there.
tried it. It was awful. Didn't like it. But the one downside of living in a small community, everything else is an upside to us pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
The one downside is the kink
Slim-
community.
Yeah, slim
Right?
pickings. And
We would
kink.
love to
I
just
agree.
go out and pick someone up. And in the city, you can do that. Like, we could literally, us as a couple, could go pick a man or a woman up, whatever we were feeling that night. I mean, it would
Yeah.
be simple. It would be easy.
Not here.
But, like,
It's
here,
so
it's like,
hard to do
yeah, no. Even on the internet, it's like there's, like, 3 people and
Mm-hmm.
I'd only...
Our
Yeah.
account has been so quiet for so long for that exact reason.
Yeah.
And
Nobody.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
for
fuck.
instance, so you grew up in a small town.
Yeah, I did.
And then
Tiny.
did you-
It was
did you
around
grow
the
up in a
same
small
size
town?
as this
I've
one.
grown up in lots of different towns. My dad was in the Navy my whole life,
So,
so
big city and small city.
big titties.
Big titties.
Big titties.
Woo!
Big
Titties!
cities.
Rocking
Small
everywhere.
cities. Just cities changing every 3 years my entire life. So
And then you grew up in a small town.
Coopville.
Yeah, so I grew up in Long Beach, California.
Yeah.
okay, so vast.
I was there for about 20 years.
Damn.
Yeah, to the point to where I was like, I'm gonna ride my bike over to my friend's house, and which it sounded real close. Oh man, he just lives on Cherry Street. 10 miles later, I'm like, I just got here, bro. I can hang out for 45 minutes. I gotta get home because my dad's gonna make me sleep in the backyard after he beats me if I don't get home by the time the fucking streetlights are on. Because I grew up in the latchkey community where you walked your ass home because you asked your parents to pick you up, and they're like, and then like it took off, and you're like, oh fuck.
I thought my way
Yeah,
home.
and then on the weekends when you thought you had a day off, that actually meant that at 9 a.m. you got kicked outside and told that you can't come back until the streetlights come on. And then you're like, but Dad, I have a headache. He's like, yeah, that sucks. Close the door. And you're like, fuck. And then you go to your friend's house and be like, do you want to go out and play baseball? He's like, I gotta go to church. And be like, oh, we're all fucking Mormons. And that's how I
living in
started
Long
going
Beach?
to Boy Scouts.
Dang.
See, I'm actually glad I grew up. A lot of people are like, was it boring? I'm like, actually, no. We got away with a lot more than city folk did. Like, we illegally camped in the woods. Like, literally everything you would see on TV that you think's funny or a joke. Like, you know, when you're young and stupid. I think it's mean now, but like we tipped cows, you know, like drank on the beach. We did whatever the fuck we wanted.
We got away
There
with
was a
lot
cop.
of that at the city.
There was one cop on duty at night, and like you knew which cop it was, what days of the week, because you knew their schedule.
What street he was gonna be hanging out on?
Yeah,
on
and like so it was like
Tuesdays.
we did whatever. Like it was great. We were wild, and so I look back and I'm like, actually no, I'm glad I did. And it was kind of the same though, but like different. It's not 10 miles in a city. Like everyone's house was spread out in especially Coopville. So like, you know, it would take like an hour or two if there's no transit, or take a transit for a half hour to someone's house. Fucking 25 miles away out in the country in the woods.
See, that was the cool thing
You know.
about growing up in a beach city. To where, wow, yeah, sure, we were a city, you know, we were Long Beach,
Yeah.
you know, fucking every other rapper on the West Coast like talks about it all the time. But being on the beach is that you knew what communities that you could fuck off in. Like, you weren't gonna fuck off and get crazy in like, you know, Middletown, Long Beach, or downtown Long Beach. Northside Long Beach, you can fuck off up there because they're too busy dealing with gang violence. And then the beach community, I mean, not too much. As long as you could hop a fence and then dip in between the alleys. I mean, the beach cops aren't gonna really chase you too
pursue
far.
you. Yeah.
They really just want you to drop the alcohol and run so that they don't have to deal with a fucking floater in the morning. That's the main
Good point.
issue
Floaters
of it
and
stuff
paperwork.
like
Let's
that.
avoid them,
Yeah.
guys.
It's not.
So,
How was
I'm
your
gonna
week?
change the subject. My week was interesting. Lovely Miss May. Thank you for watching the children's.
You are welcome.
So, there's so much that goes into creating content for you lovely fans that you don't even realize. So, the lovely Miss May watched my Rugrats this week.
It was great. I had a great
Well,
time.
I'm glad that they were great. They are little angels. They're from everything I hear, they're wonderful to watch. I mean, even for me, pretty easy. But we got some videos made.
Y'all got freaky.
We have a veggie trio video that we made.
I'm really excited for
I'm
it.
excited. It drops tomorrow.
It's gonna
Drops
be
tomorrow on
awesome.
OnlyFans. There's a squash and a cucumber and a Chinese eggplant involved. And it was freaking fantastic.
Very nice. Would you do anything with them after?
Well, we ate because we did it, and the Chinese eggplant ended up broken
Oh no.
I'm broken on her ass.
in half multiple times.
Yikes.
You spanked me with it, and it
Oh my
snapped in half like 3 times. It was
That's
so
awesome.
long. It
That's
was so
awesome.
fucking long. I mean, it's like the length of my thigh, right?
Damn.
And it was pretty thick, and at one point he was fucking me with the cucumber, which was the thickest of them all. He's fucking me violently with the cucumber, and it was like, smack my ass, daddy. And he fucking grabs it, the fucking giant eggplant, and he comes over and he starts smacking with it, and he's smacking with it so hard that it snapped in half multiple times. And I was like, yes.
Well, the first time
There
I
was-
snapped, I was like, oh, well, let's see how many more times I can make it break. And then it breaks like a couple more times.
Did you get that on video?
Oh yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
video, the full length video. I cut it out of the Pornhub's preview, but in the full length video on my OnlyFans, that is in there, and there's straight up like the imprint of an eggplant in my ass, like perfectly. It's beautiful.
That's awesome.
It was
Does it?
it was probably one of my favorite videos that we've made to date, and it was fantastic.
That's a lot of fun.
And then we did some stuff outside in the backyard, and we did a paint video. We were gonna do it outside in the gazebo because it's so pretty and bright and beautiful outside right now. However, of course, when we started trying to paint, there was a fucking breeze that picked up.
Oh, so it dried instantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we moved inside. We did it in the kitchen. And of course, as soon as we were showered off after the paint video was done, no more breeze. I was like, motherfuckers.
Of course.
But yeah, we made some lovely videos while you watched the Rugrats for us.
Excited
And I'm
to see
so
it.
appreciative. But yeah, that was pretty much the highlight of my weekend. Well, our whole week was last whatever day it was. I don't even know. Thursday.
We haven't really made any new like spicy content in the last few weeks or so.
No, just normal shit.
For all my fans who have noticed, I've been absent. I'm taking some personal time off of the content for just a little bit, but I'll be back at it soon. Don't worry.
You gotta take some time off.
Yeah.
Personal time's always good.
Mm-hmm.
Self-care.
Yep.
It's important.
But
I mean,
we
you
have
wouldn't
lots.
actually notice that you took time off, though. Maybe people on Snapchat.
People on
that
Snapchat definitely
still
noticed.
have stuff to post every day.
That's
on
true.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, we've been like scheduling all of our stuff. So.
I like to queue stuff up.
Mhm.
When I've got it available to do, I'll queue stuff up
It's
ahead of
nice
time.
especially when we're out and about. I'll like just take random pictures
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
Stockpile.
she'll flash me to it
Exactly.
at random places, because then you could use those anytime.
Mm-hmm.
If we can queue stuff out for 2 weeks, then we can take a break, and when we take breaks, then we can randomly actually like make really good content without having to plan
Yeah,
it.
because if you do that and you get that little bit of break, it's a refresher, and you come back at it, and you're not as tired.
Get
And,
new
Yeah.
ideas.
Well, when it feels
Yeah.
forced, it's not fun, and then it
Yeah.
takes
And it
the
doesn't
fun out
look,
of just
and then you
sex,
can
too.
tell, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
It affects the
Oh.
quality of it.
Yeah.
You're just like,
It
fuck.
does.
I had
Yeah.
someone who was
Alright.
talking to me on OnlyFans through private message,
Mm.
and I asked them, I was like, so I'm really curious, what are your favorite videos? And this particular individual was like, well, I don't have a particular favorite, but I can tell that you really have a lot of fun when you're making videos with your partner. And I was like, yeah, we do have fun, don't we? Except for when I've got spiders staring at me 6 inches from my face while we fuck in a forest. That's not, I mean, it was fun, but at the same time, I was like,
Uncomfortable.
are you gonna come, Can you come yet? Oh my god.
Hurry up.
The
move us
spider's
along.
staring at me. Legit, that happened a couple weeks ago.
Dang.
Spider starts writing in its web. Don't stop.
Oh my god. Do you get a lot of questions from fans in your inbox?
I don't.
No?
I don't. Actually, I don't get a whole lot of fan interaction so far. I have a couple of them that are pretty, because my profile is still relatively new, so I don't have near as many fans as you do. But I have a couple of them that interact a lot, and then I have one person who has messaged me, and he and I interact in private message and stuff. One of the people on my OnlyFans, though, is someone that we text.
Okay.
So it's someone that we have not met in person yet, but I do have the intent of meeting in
Are
person.
they local?
And they're a couple towns away.
Okay.
Reasonable drive. Same town that my sister lives in. Not the
Okay.
one you know, but the other one.
Okay.
So, it's about an hour and a half away. But considering everyone up here is used to commuting, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So we actually started talking and interacting prior to him becoming my fan on OnlyFans. We started talking, and then he was like, oh, well, you have an OnlyFans, and I want to see what you're about. So instead of being like, hey, will you send me fucking
nudes.
shit? He's like, I'll just subscribe to your OnlyFans.
Just pay for it.
So, and the funny thing is on his OnlyFans, he doesn't have some sort of like screen name. It's his name. So I know it's him. And I'm just like,
That's cool. Hi.
yeah. And then sometimes he'll message me and he'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And he'll be like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. And we'll chat about our day and shit. And then he'll be like, oh, yeah, I know you were working on some shit because I was on your OnlyFans jerking off to you this morning.
Oh, dude, I love the fan interaction. I think
Yeah.
it's the greatest. I ask them for feedback, and
Oh, God, fan interaction is the
Yeah.
best. It is.
it's the greatest.
We
It's-
love
it's-
to hear from you.
It's still a weird animal though. Like I help her because we have so much going on with it all the time, and it's a lot. So I'll help her out.
Mhm.
He'll
And-
like filter through them and be like, all right, you need to answer this person, this person, this
Yeah.
person. The other ones are just like at your leisure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the people that are trying to buy stuff,
Well,
like
sometimes you have to,
custom panties
like,
or
get through the weirdos. And
Yeah,
that's
there's
easier
that, too.
to do.
It's just a weird monster though. So like
Yeah.
OnlyFans is weird with interaction anyway. So even
Mhm.
though she does have a lot of fans, like so let's say I'd say at this time 140 fans,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So the weird part about it is though is you have that many fans and only like a quarter of them like stuff
Yeah.
and only a tenth of them interact.
yeah.
And it's
And
like
it's
you guys are
weird.
paying money
And you
to
don't even...
only get on real quick
And be
not,
lurkers.
Not even like
essentially.
stuff though. That's
yeah, you're
weird.
not gonna like stuff.
right?
You're not
Yeah.
gonna comment or anything.
It's
We
the
want
anonymity.
to know what you like. We
That's
want to
true.
know what you want to
Yeah,
see.
because then
What was your comment over there?
So it's the it's just being anonymous about it. Some
I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fair.
they don't
And-
want.
But that's the whole point of like subscribing under an OnlyFans name where nobody's gonna know who you are.
Yeah,
That's
under
true.
your OnlyFans alias,
You're
your
anonymous
username.
anyways.
Some people got a guilty conscience.
That's
Like,
fair.
I'm not
This
gonna-
is true.
It's
I
strictly
got a
for
wife
baiting.
I can't let know
Spank bank.
that.
Verboten.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's still funny because you do
I
want to know
will-
though. Like, so we did a poll,
Yeah.
and that was like the first time we were like, okay, and we were right though. Like, we didn't know what to do and schedule in the future, and it turns out that we just need to like book a bunch of like trains and gangbangs and cream pies.
Those
that's
are
what
the top
everybody wants to
three.
see.
They were gangbangs
BBC, and cream pies.
and cream pies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we want to
Yeah,
see more
yeah.
of. So
I'm surprised that Girl on Girl wasn't on the list.
it was actually in last place.
It was.
It
Really?
made it made no
Yeah.
sense. I
Blew
was
my
like, that
mind.
makes no sense to me. I swear to God, like 15 years ago, Girl was the thing when you were looking up stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now it's
yeah.
like gangbangs and BBC.
They just want to see a little girl get used the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'm all about that.
really, in this day and age, the majority of the people that you find now that watch Girl are other girls.
Yeah.
So-
This
No,
is
it's
true.
true. Our Girl
It is
stuff
true.
on Pornhub is like the only mostly women comment on those videos.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've not currently, but over time, you've had a couple female fans
Mm-hmm.
from Pornhub.
Yeah.
I have
So-
one female friend, female fan right now. And funny thing is she's one of my good friends. She is someone that I used to work with, and she's someone that I tried to get involved with.
Oh.
But she was just like, you're the only one that's ever made me feel this way about another woman. I feel so weird about it. So she knows, and it's been there for years. She's like, I'm like, table's open, girl.
You can
If
come
you
to me.
if you decide you want to explore your curiosities, I'm here, and we'll go at your pace.
Falls in your court.
Yeah. But yeah, she asked me, she's like, would it be so weird if I subscribed to your OnlyFans? And I was like, I'd be happy to have you, doll.
You hit that button, girl.
Right?
for her.
Freaking, yeah, it was awesome. She's awesome. But, yeah. It's interesting. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Girl on girl.
Yeah, who'd have thunk?
Yeah. Weird. I mean, I guess.
I think it's
So-
the different platforms too. So like on Pornhub, the girl stuff's pretty popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I guess again it's with women, but still like that is some of our most popular stuff on Pornhub.
If I'm looking up on Pornhub, if I'm looking, girl is, I have to be in a specific mood, you know?
Yeah.
It can be boring sometimes.
It can be.
It's
And not
there's
like that
a
it's
whole
not
lot.
beautiful, but like sometimes I want to beat it to like some hardcore porn.
Something aggressive.
You know?
Yeah.
And then
I'm
girls
like,
together
I
typically
like
are
watching
aggressive.
things in public.
Yeah.
I like watching. Okay, women, what is with the lack of aggression in kissing? Have you experienced this?
What do you mean?
I feel like I'm an aggressive
You need
kisser.
it like super passionate, even if it's with a woman, right?
Not
Like,
even
intense
yes, like
kissing.
like a kiss.
yes,
Ah!
yes. Don't be all like
Oh, that's fucking
gentle. Yes,
Kiss me.
don't be all gentle and like tender and like like yeah, a soft kiss is nice. I like your soft lips, but like when I come in at you with passion, I don't like being received with like mild. It's like having a strong handshake and being met with someone with a limp wrist.
Oh my god, yesterday my
Okay.
sister was like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, we were talking about something. She's like, hi, nice to meet you. And she stuck out her hand. I shook her hand because I'm a nice little dainty girl, right? And she's like, what the fuck is that? I was like, you're right.
I was like, May, that's my sister. Yeah.
Yes, see, so I would probably have that thought, but I probably wouldn't express it because I sit there and I've done the handshake with people and gone, what the fuck is this? And then I've kissed other women and I'm just like, why am I coming at you like I have an aggressive handshake and you're a limp wrist? Okay?
I'm a dainty little girl. I think that's why I'm a gentle kisser. I am.
I'm just like, holy shit. So yeah, it made me come to the kissing other women has made me come to the realization that as a female I am an aggressive kisser. But then again, according to that one over there, as a female I'm very aggressive anyway.
See, I was just gonna say, like, every female I've ever encountered hasn't been like an aggressive kisser. It's always really like soft and passionate and everything, but you are the most aggressive woman I've ever been with. So like,
I'm
I can
an
see
aggressive
that.
person. He's like, okay, so the friend that we have that I am involved with is over a little while before you got here. Anyway, that's not the point. Not the point. Anyway, so the friend that we have, he, before we got involved with him, Joe looked at him and goes, just warning you, bro, she's pretty rapey.
Buckle up.
Yeah, I don't know. So apparently I'm just aggressive. I like it. I like aggressive sex. It's
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, like, I mean, so that's you too. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm a dainty little girl, but it's like you have the most fun when you're getting like beat up and gang raped.
I'm not aggressive though. I like being aggressed.
No, I know, but it's like
I'm
it's still the
aggressy.
same though. That's, I mean, it makes it the same in the long run though.
You
Like,
enjoy being in the aggressive nature.
Yeah.
you.
See, I'm the one who I'll get aggressive though. Like, I'll grab him and I'll throw him down and I'll be like, you are getting fucked, whether you wanted to be tonight or not. And that's why he's like, you're rapey right now. And I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm rapey right now. And I know all the tricks to get that dick hard because I've been with it for so long.
You say you don't want it, but let me show you otherwise.
Little you disagrees.
Tell him he doesn't want it, okay?
After everything's said and done, I walk out of the room crying a little bit. I'm like, she was the man tonight.
She calls up our friend. I need the doll again. She touched me funny.
I call my buddy. I'm like, can I sleep on your couch today? I don't feel safe.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, he likes it. Don't report us.
However,
Consensual,
in my
non-consensual.
Right?
in my defense, I've stiff-armed her quite a few times. She's like, you want to fuck? I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
Bitch, no, I don't.
Yeah, he does. I mean, come on now.
Daddy,
Look at the
and so, like,
8-inch
trying to,
tall
rub her
size
ass on me and
difference.
everything
He
like
could
that.
overpower me. It's fine.
Speaking, it's that's such a fun dynamic in itself, though. So like, I love that you guys. So like with us, I'm the, like, we both have really high sex drives, but I'm most of the time the aggressive. Like, we're gonna have sex.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny though, because like as the woman role, like, you know, sometimes you're the one that, like, when you're not in the mood, you decide that we're not having sex. You're like, no.
Yeah.
But then, so, like, the once a year where I'm, like, hella tired and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna fucking sleep. She turns into a fucking brat. It's not even
You
rape.
told
It's like,
me no.
it's like, yeah, she'll, like, get up and, like, stomp around the house and slam the door. And I'm like, you
Yeah.
literally at
Petty.
least once a week turn me down, and the one time a year I'm like, no, I'm dying right now. I'm sorry. You're gonna fucking
Throw a fit.
throw a fit and throw
Sorry,
shit
not
around the
sorry.
house.
You're all trying to sleep. And
You're really
everything,
not
and
gonna
then-
fuck me. Sit on the corner of the bed.
It's because we're used to men fucking us. We're used
what
to
do you
them
mean you
always
don't want
wanting it.
That's not allowed.
there's that, with sexism when it comes to sex. You're supposed to always want it. We can say no.
Yeah,
what are you talking
You
about?
have to be ready.
Oh
all
my
the
god.
time.
Okay,
But
so
that's
wait,
the
I
thing,
have
though.
a
Like,
question.
I am, right?
That's
I
true.
am.
Yeah, I know.
Have you
If
ever
you get hit by a
shaked
car, you're
his
not gonna
dick
fuck me.
like a hand and thanked it for its service?
Actually, yeah, I have.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the
No.
only one. Yes.
So-
I asked her if she's ever shaked his dick like it was a hand and thanked it for
She
its
does it all the
service.
time.
Yeah.
Thank
I've
you
thanked
for your
dick
service,
before.
sir. Ladies that are listening, you gotta shake your man's dick like it's a fucking hand and thank it for its service, okay?
Thank you.
Maybe give it a little pet.
But
Yeah,
you can't,
thank you,
but
sir.
here's the deal. I don't want this participation trophy.
Yeah,
let me
no.
know. Let me know when it was above average night. Like that, Yeah.
Yeah.
Good fucking game, dickhead.
Yeah.
You know?
You
But
don't
not
you
every
don't
night.
casually think
Yeah,
that.
no, because then I'm just like, I don't have to work extra hard. I'm always doing great.
No.
So, like, I'm all about the dick worship, right? Like, I love
Aw.
making love to it. I love blowjobs. I love just making love to it with my mouth, right? It's how I show my appreciation to you.
She's like that some days.
Mm-hmm. It's my
Some
shit.
days.
It's my shit.
Yeah. All right, so we have decided to add a new segment
Yeah.
into our podcast, and we're going into a question and answer segment.
Mm-hmm.
So, Miss May,
What's up, girl?
we are curious, why does sex hurt, or why? 'Cause it doesn't always. Why can sex hurt?
Sex can hurt for a variety of different reasons. The most common reason, however, is lack of proper lubrication. Okay, so everything that goes into our vaginas, fingers, penises, cucumbers, beer bottles, anything, tampons, anything that goes into our vaginas creates tiny microscopic little tears, right? In the really delicate tissues of the vaginal lining. More so if you are not properly lubricated. So, vaginal dryness is a huge complaint among many, many women. Ages really young to really, really old and everything in between. Okay, so...
Can I pause?
What's that?
For especially younger adult women listening, it's normal to be drier after your period.
Yeah, absolutely, because your hormone levels are plummeting,
Yeah.
right? You have your period, that's when your hormone levels just go...
Yeah.
They're non-existent.
It
They're at the
doesn't mean
lowest.
you're not horny.
Doesn't mean you're not horny. It just means your body's not responding because of hormonal fluctuations.
2021, lube's cheap. We get like a half gallon of lube for $20 on Amazon.
Right.
Yeah, don't be ashamed of it. I used
Yeah.
to be ashamed of it. I used to be like, oh my god, there's something wrong with
No.
me.
No, there's
Don't
nothing
be.
wrong with you.
And just use a ton. Yeah.
And
Never
you know,
use
a
too
lot
much
of women are
Yeah.
really ashamed of it. And
That's
it's
what
like,
showers are for.
there are so many reasons. There are so many reasons that cause vaginal dryness. It can be your diet. It could be you're dehydrated.
Medications.
Medication, especially like allergy medications.
Especially
Allergy. You
Allergy
started taking
medications.
Allegra before the spring hit, and like that bitch
Dried
went from
me
dripping
up.
to the desert
Well, yeah,
overnight.
because they are like antihistamines and everything, so they
Mhm.
dry everything up.
Yeah.
They dry all your mucous membranes and everything up. So
The thing that a lot of people misunderstand about medications is they're like, oh, it targets, like, with antihistamines, they're like, oh, it's going to dry out your mucous membranes. No, it's going to dry out all your membranes.
it's gonna dry out everything. All the soft
People think
tissues.
that things like Excedrin migraine are going to only block pain receptors in your brain. No, they block
No.
all our pain receptors. It's the type of pain, the medication
Exactly.
that's doing it. Anyway, continue. Sorry,
Anyway,
sidebars.
so there's a multitude
Drying.
of reasons why you can be dry, and dryness leads to painful sex because the lubrication provides the glide and reduces the friction. If you don't have that lubrication, you're gonna get the friction. It's gonna cause tears and it's gonna hurt. Okay. Not only does it hurt, but all those little tears introduce bacteria into you, which can cause UTIs and other bacterial infections, which also leads to painful sex. To go along with the vaginal dryness, if you are having sex or in a sexual encounter and your mind is racing a whole lot, your body's not going to have all the sexual responses needed to get you actually in the mood, so it's going to hurt. right? You're not going to be relaxed enough. There's tons of different reasons why it can hurt. What's up?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but also when you're dry, because your vagina's elastic, essentially.
Yeah.
So, like, when it's dry, it's not really, I feel like from my experience, expanding all the way either.
No, because, okay, so the vagina is like a balloon, right? When you are adequately turned on, because we're like engines, we have to be primed in order for us to work properly, she's going to be tight and she's not going to be relaxed and she's not going to be lubricated, so she's not going to expand like you want her to. So you got to warm her up, rev the engine a little bit, get her a little wet, put some lube on there, and then like massage, foreplay, and then she's going to relax and open up, and then you can stick anything inside there.
Anything. If you can push a baby out, you can put anything in there.
Yeah.
Right? Seriously, that's what we were
Takes a
talking
little
about.
training. Miss May's working on a stretch training. I think we brought it up before.
Yeah, the zucchinis.
The zucchinis are the same size as that
The
ridiculous
big dildo.
dildo.
We have
You're
decided.
just scared of it.
Yeah, we decided we compared, and the zucchinis that I took were bigger than the big dildo that I have. So it's
She
literally
can't get it past the head though. I
it's
think
mind over
mental.
matter. It's a mental thing, so I need to tackle that. I need to figure it out.
I am having problems with getting past anything bigger than the cucumber I stuck in me, which I think we still have. I'll show it to you. But we've noticed that we're hitting bone. My pelvic bones.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
that brings up a good point. You are a little person.
I'm very petite.
So it does. I think at a certain point when you're little enough, like it is
It's
not
physiology.
necessarily your canal's smaller, but like
Your
bones
body's
are
smaller,
close together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
So,
pelvis
like,
is smaller.
He
Yeah.
can't get his fist all the way in me because it hits right at the edge of
The
either
pubic
knuckle.
bone.
It hits the bones
So
on
I can
either
get mine
side.
and her. It took a lot of practice, but I can get mine and her. But I can feel hers right above right here. So I can imagine just having a smaller frame, it blocking
Yeah.
entry.
So that's my
Have him
struggle.
try to aim. So like if you're mish and your legs are up, have him try to aim down once it's kind of in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, cause you think about it when you're playing with a dildo, sometimes you kind of,
Yeah.
So like, have him try to.
Instead of just going straight.
down and down and up.
Yeah, go with the contour of your body.
Because like when you're
Yeah.
laying mesh, think your penis is going down in you that way. Anyways, it's kind of
Yeah.
pulling your canal.
True that. True that.
Might be able to, because it's got it. I'm sure it gets close. Right?
Yeah,
when
it
it's
gets
close, have him
so close.
angle it down a little bit. Get out
Because
of the
it's
way of the
literally
pubic
just right there, like
Yeah.
right at that cusp
It
of
took
fitting.
probably 10 times of me getting right here before I finally got it. But she's able to take, like, I can fist her now. Which,
Nice.
like,
Love
she
that
didn't
shit.
know the first time I
Love
did it.
that
She's like, how
shit.
many did you get in? I was like, I was wrist deep.
Nice.
And she's like, what? I was like, feel your pussy. She's like,
Just fall in. Whoa.
Holy shit, that's too funny. Oh my
I have
goodness.
some of my most intense orgasms when he's fisting me.
Nice.
Wow.
The freaking hugeness of the freaking vegetables that he was shoving in me the other night. I was like, ah!
That's such a full feeling.
Yes.
Like, that's the only way I can describe it is full.
Yes.
Full.
Oh my god.
yeah, I'm imagining it must be similar to the zook. So we grew the zook, and it was like,
Yeah.
Massive.
the
Yeah.
cucumbers at the store about that big. So I thought
No.
it was, or was this a massive cucumber?
It was pretty big. I picked the biggest one off the shelf.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that I was able to find one that big at the store. And then the squash that I picked, it was from the organic section, and it didn't fit. And I was surprised. I was just like, God damn. The eggplant was actually the easiest to get in me width-wise.
Okay.
It was the longest, but it was also the...
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, he grabbed
Yeah,
the
that-
cucumber
Yeah.
and the
What
squash.
wouldn't go in?
Yeah, the squash wouldn't go in.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, decent
Very
size.
I mean, she was
But-
Decent sizes. Which one was your favorite?
Yeah.
So that's a tough call. We used the cucumber the most, and it felt really good. Oh, you could feel where he grabbed it. It's all soft
all
at this
smushy,
end.
yeah.
He was all grabbing it so hard. But we used the cucumber the most, and it felt really, really good. But I think in the long run, the eggplant might have been my favorite. Just because it was easier to use.
Okay.
The feel of it wasn't too much different than the cucumber, but it was easier to use because it was longer and it could get in deeper too.
Okay. That makes a difference.
Because it had a better handle to grip onto.
It's very funny and from the male perspective, different, like women's different opinions. Like I see a lot of mixture of depth or width. Like I feel like you like to really just stretch it as much as you can.
I like stretching.
Like you like two dicks at the same time in your vagina. You'd probably try a baseball bat, I swear to God.
Yeah, I would, man.
I've got one.
Wine bottle. Plug that up.
You like it.
I would stick a wine bottle up my
Yeah.
pussy. It is a challenge. And you know what? I tried a wine bottle, but the bone, that pelvic bone, it's just a fucking problem.
No, that's the only downfall, I guess.
Yeah,
You're like,
the
I
downside to
wanna
being
be
super
taller, but that
petite.
bone's in the way.
Super petite, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have our second question. We're going to do two tonight. And the other one that we had was...
It's a man question.
It is. It's from the male perspective. For women, does size of your penis matter? And Miss May, what is your opinion on that?
So
Because
Jay
I feel
always calls my bullshit when I answer this question because I love all dicks. I don't discriminate. So to me, size doesn't matter, right?
Well, here's what I give a shit about, though, so just hear me out before you finish completely. The reason size does matter, though, is because there's an easy explanation of why it does. When you see someone with a huge cock in town and you see it through their pants and you're like drooling, immediately that means size matters because you're not doing that to every man that walks by.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But like on
But
the
I'm not
same
saying
point,
you don't you still enjoy smaller sized penises too. Like you still come, you still get off. It's still really like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, different experiences, size does matter.
Bigger
so that
dicks
just
makes me more
re-solidifies my point that I was saying off air earlier in the kitchen about how because there's all these like that question itself brings a million different brain questions down and everything.
So,
and be like, I like fucking my person on the side and everything.
Well, and that's
respectable
another reason
size,
why
but-
size does matter because with different women, some women do like smaller. Some women like it big. Some women like it
preference.
super thick. Some women
size
don't.
matters
Deeper.
doesn't mean huge.
Yeah.
There's a
oh yeah,
whole...
every woman likes it different. I'm going to say size does matter.
Okay.
Because I will say I prefer a larger dick.
Yeah.
I do. I like that deep penetration. I like thick. That's super fun. Like, the fatter and bigger, like, the fucking better. Which is so funny because I'm so tiny. But I'm just like, fill me the fuck up, guys.
Rip me open.
But, yes, exactly. Fucking crack me in half like this is the nutcracker, alright? Like, fuck, man. I'm down. But at the same time, like Jay's saying, I don't not enjoy it when I'm with someone of a smaller
and
stature.
I think that's where people get it wrong. And I think a lot of women tell men that size doesn't matter to make them feel better. But it does. It does matter. But the difference, and men shouldn't feel discouraged about that, is that doesn't mean your smaller dick doesn't feel good still.
It doesn't.
I think they're like, oh, well, then my life's ruined. It's like, no.
Absolutely not.
Unless you have a micro penis, you can figure out how to have good sex still. It's absolutely possible.
Legitimately, it comes down to knowing how to use it. I've been with dudes.
Well, not just knowing how to use it, but like knowing how to do certain positions.
Yes.
So like even me, I'm not small, but like I use different positions for like if I want to get as deep as possible, I get like I put one leg up on the bed and stretch out the other leg and like a fucking bull, you know? Like
yes, exactly. So knowing what position works best for your size, because like I've been with guys that were super huge that we had to get really creative because I'm so small and they were so like large in stature and in their penis size that I was like, no, we can't do this position, which is normal for most people because
we don't match.
It's too
in
much. In
that situation,
for me.
you almost wind up riding more.
And yeah, kind of. We did doggy a lot because, you know, there was a little more distance between me and him. But, you know, and then you have smaller guys. And I've had huge guys that, you know, were like the guy who I was telling you about, you good?
Oh.
And I'm like, yo, what?
I mean, I guess.
What? Wait, what?
You done?
We done? What? You know, like... complete disappointments. And then I've had guys who are, you know, slightly smaller than average who still managed to rock my world. And then you have dudes who it didn't matter what their cock size was because I was just like, wait, that just sucked.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes it doesn't matter because they're just bad at it either way.
Yeah. Fortunately, that's few and far between.
Yeah. I've had very few
especially in, you know, as we get towards 30 and 30 plus and all that shit, you know, the people who just don't know how to rock it in bed become less and less.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just size does matter. But ultimately, the more important thing is knowing how to work with what you got.
Exactly.
And also knowing your partner.
Yeah.
So hookups are fun, but even if you're just having sex casually, the more you get to know a person, the more fun it's going to be. The more you get to know each other's likes and dislikes, the more you're going to be able to enjoy each other and get each other off.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
You know, like...
I'm like hella lucky. So we live this lifestyle, like we film a lot of porn, like content all the time.
Yeah,
absolutely. I get to sleep with beautiful women a lot, like that aren't my wife. That's amazing. Really, you know, it's crazy. Who would have thought? But I mean, at the end of the day, like sex with May is better.
Yeah.
And
that's how he and I are too.
He's still the best sex I've ever had. Every time.
I mean, she got gangbang, double BBC'd, fucking, and I can tell when her best orgasm was, and it was like a week before your first BBC scene, and we were on mushrooms.
Nice.
We like fucking squirted so hard I thought she was gonna go through the ceiling. Like, you know that shit, you can tell the person's definitely never faking it. Like, they went retarded and she couldn't fucking talk straight for a couple days.
Yeah.
You know, like
straight up.
Yeah.
I feel ya.
Is that good?
Came so hard you called her radio for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I thought the cross-eyed was gonna stick. Like, oh, that's not a joke. Shit.
Oh no, you good?
Okay, so some of the best sex that he and I have ever had, we were tripping balls on pure MDMA. And it was fucking insane. Okay, so you know...
Was the night that you cuddled the cat and you're like, she's so fucking soft.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, nothing in the world is softer than this cat, and I will die on that hill, alright? Because while I was tripping... She did not get thrown away to Virginia. She got given to our friends because she was happier with them. Anyway, not the point. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about MDMA. Anyway, so this cat was the softest fucking thing in the world, and I will die on that hill. I was fucking tripping balls in the entire fucking night. This is how I knew my fucking trip was fully in place, was because it was the night of the power outage a couple years ago that like blocked everybody onto the island because trees were like over across the bridge and all that shit. Well, I already happened to have a plan to be fucking tripping that night, and the power went out for us. So it was candlelight. The only fucking non-candlelight was his phone. And all of a sudden, we're watching this shit on his phone until the battery dies. And the colors morph and we start going. And I'm like, no, I can't look at this screen anymore. So, like, I take this fucking screen out of my face, and I go down to the foot of the couch, and I start cuddling this cat. And she's a long-haired, half Maine Coon, half Russian blue, like, super soft fucking beast. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just rolling balls, and I'm like, she's the softest thing in the world. Literally my mission for the whole night. I ran around the entire apartment, tried to find anything in the house that was anywhere close to as soft as this cat, and I failed. So I will die on the hill that this cat is the softest thing in the world. And next time I do Molly, I will miss that cat because she's across the country 3,000 miles away at our friend's house in Virginia. But that's not the fucking point. So anyway, we were fucking balls this night. Like, just, he's eating my pussy. We had this fucking blanket that it was blue and it had these white ropes. We got it from, like, it was this beachy blanket. So it was, like, dark blue with white ropes on it. And I fucking opened my eyes while I'm underneath it because we had no power and it was winter time. So we're fucking freezing, tripping balls on MDMA, candlelight, all this other shit. We're underneath this blanket. He's eating my pussy. I'm freaking the fuck out. And I open my eyes and it just looks like the fucking stars through this burgundy blanket on this side because I can see the stitching, the white stitching through the blue stitching. And it's fucking weird because there's only a pattern on the side that I'm not looking at. And it was fucking insane. So he's eating my pussy, I'm having an orgasm, and I'm looking at a blanket that looks like a night sky in my fucking living room while tripping balls on fucking Molly. It was amazing.
So what I tripped her the fuck out on was, have you ever heard of an artist called Felix Colgrave?
No.
This is a very special individual that I found when I was tripping acid with Moon Tribe out in the Mojave Desert.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was showing that to her when we were doing Molly, and she was like, I can't fucking handle it.
Turn it off.
You can't play it.
No, I'll just show them the
I know
video.
one time
But-
you tripped balls, and then you had Rob Zombie playing,
So,
and I told you to turn it off.
I found those guys when I was 12 hits deep on some acid.
Oh my goodness.
It starts getting really fucking weird.
I wish you could see Ms. May's face right now, guys.
I'm
She looks
sober and I can't
horrified.
handle it.
Let me see what you're showing them.
I mean, that's my shit, though. That's the kind of shit I see
Yeah.
when I'm tripping balls.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'm this kind of tripper.
Yeah, I am too.
Next to my trip, I'm determined to fucking paint.
I remember one of my most memorable times doing acid. It was just me and 3 of my buddies, and we were tripping balls, laying on a couch upside down watching Bob Ross.
Yeah. That's
Oh
a
my
great
God.
night.
Okay, I could see why that's a little freaky. Oh my God. Okay, so I was on mushrooms a couple months ago, and my friend that I was tripping with was freaking the fuck out because the house is haunted and she's not down for our ghosts and all this other shit. So eventually I got her to chill the fuck out, and we're all sitting in there. But then I'm laying in bed and I'm having this wild trip, and I'm feeling like I need to go lay in the grass and like ground myself and everything, right? Because I'm a witch, so that's what we do. And then I'm like, wait, everything is connected. So I'm laying in my bed, like channeling the earth's energy up through the house, up through my bed and into me, and my energy back down through all these things into the earth. But then I was like, wait a second, if we're all connected, then I'm connected to the spirits of all the people that, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm connected to the spirit of the woman who was murdered in my house 50 years ago. Oh my God. And then I was like, but wait, if we're connected, then am I her? And so
We're
my
the
fucking,
same.
yes. So then I like shoot up in bed on my mushroom trip, and I'm like, no, I am not her. And so I started watching Coco Melon.
Yikes.
Because the baby had been watching it, so it was still playing on the TV after everybody had fallen asleep. Nobody had turned it off. And so I started watching watching Cocomelon, and it was a scene with the spaceship and stars and shit, and it was the most 3D crazy fucking episode of Cocomelon I've ever watched in my life. I fucking hate that show, but yeah, tripping on mushrooms after having the thought about me being connected to the woman who was murdered in my house 50 years ago, definitely fucking Cocomelon was the shit. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we have been baby bombarded, and I feel like this is a good place to end for the night. We're running long on this episode. Yes, a guest star of the baby with a graham cracker.
Face. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, cute little baby face. All right. Well, like and subscribe if you're enjoying. We hope you're enjoying. We hope you have enjoyed our lovely gentleman guests.
Send us your questions.
Stories. We still want stories. Come on, guys. All right. And contact us at mommysblackbookpodcast@gmail.com. And thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye.